So without further ado, it gives me absolutely great pleasure. My heart is full to introduce you to our first speaker, who is Dr. Arthie Moore-Roberts, who is the founder of Celebrating Humanity International and KI Leadership International, operating nationally and globally for over 24 years. International keynote speaker, leadership coach, diversity and inclusion specialist. Her compassionate leaders of influence value is being implemented in Lebanon, Ireland, UK, USA, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. Arthie has a directorate in leadership, diversity and inclusion, Oxbridge Institute for Professionals, UK, Influential Women of the Year 2020 in South Africa, Nation Builders Award 2020, South Africa, Global Presence Ambassador 2020, USA, JCI Sandton Training Partner of the Year Award 2021. And that's just a brief snippet of Dr. Arthie Moore-Roberts, seriously. So Arthie, we have waited, or I have waited a long time to get you on this stage. So over to you without further delay.
Thank you so much, and good evening to all of you beautiful, amazing people on here today. It's going to be a really, really interesting next 20 minutes. Having listened to Ritu and Carol, talking about their experiences and why they built this platform absolutely resonates with my vision of where I'm heading in this life. See, I'm one of those people who believes in just messing with people's perspectives, challenging their mindsets, and actually saying, you know what you're thinking right now does not actually match what you deserve to have in this lifetime. And I believe that when we get to a point in our lives when we realize it never was a man and a woman thing, it was rules, it was regulations, it was a control thing that was created by society in our histories, we learn how to embrace that as part of the story, not the entirety of our stories. And so when we look at life from that point of view, we realize that the only way going forward is to celebrate our humanity. And that is the brilliant part about being a man or a woman. And here's the other part of it though, is we always speak about men and women, but we also forget about our LGBTQI plus community. And they are an important and imperative part of this conversation. So as I speak into everything that I'm talking about they, them, he, her, and all of the people that are going through a really powerful transition in life, trying to understand the very basics of how it is to be human. Now, one of the things that I've realized in life, the simplicity of life, is that every single person wants to feel respect, valued and honored as a human being. That is all we're looking for. And in this lifetime, on this journey, we will come across a lot of experiences that we have that'll impact our lives. But the thing though is that sometimes we hold on and we latch onto it as our story. And we build on that story until it becomes our own history. We haven't even experienced it yet, but it becomes history in our minds, and our mindsets get overwhelmed so much to the point that we cannot actually realize the difference between reality, what our beliefs are, what people's thoughts were that they actually projected on us, and where we are heading in life. And I think there's the balance that everybody seeks. So as we're talking about men are from Mars, I love it because you know what, that talks about an out of this world experience. Change the perspective. When people say men are from Mars, I say yes, because they're unbelievable, they are relentless, they are incredible, they are strong in their humanness, not in their strength in terms of physical. I'm talking about strength of spirit and their ability to touch our lives. And we forgot the simplicity of that because we have dumbed down everything to man and woman. And we have dumbed down our conversations to it is them versus us. And when we get to this point where we realize we need each other, We always did. Then we will forget all of the small innuendos, the small arguments, and the stupidity of the things that we allow to irritate us. And that brings me to one of the points I want to talk about, and that's complacency. You see, we become too complacent in allowing other people's thoughts, beliefs, and their words to stream through our bodies, through our minds, and through our spirits, and to poison us. And that toxic behavior comes out in the way we speak into other people. And so when you look at it, we are always responsible for what actually flows through us into the lives of other people. So what are you allowing from other people? Where are you complacent in believing what religion, culture, our traditions, where we grew up, our societies, our governments, the people that say they are leaders, but really we are merely their puppets that put them there. And when you look at who's pulling your strings, how long have you been complacent in allowing that behavior to actually draw you away from what you deserve and who you should be in this lifetime? And so when we're talking about this whole balance of men and women, I'm not going to talk about how we should actually stop picking on men and women. I'm going to say, let's have a better understanding. Let's have compassion flow through understanding. You don't have to accept the next person. You don't have to accept what other people believe. In the same way, you do not have to accept their words and what they say to you. You do not have to accept all of their behaviors and actions and the things that people had in their low self-esteems, and I call it projectile dysfunction. So all of the things that they projected on you was based on their dysfunctional beliefs, and then you took it into your life, and you do not realize that it dumbed you down so much that you become complacent to enjoying the same old stories and conversations that the people who have not evolved love to enjoy because they enjoy their bubble that allows them to keep a false sense of security and safety. And that false sense of security and safety actually says that you don't have to grow, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to evolve. And that's the scary part. You should be afraid. You should be afraid of complacency because it's all around us. You should be afraid of the complacency within your own beliefs and your own thoughts and your habits. Look at what you do every single day. What are you doing every day to challenge yourself and your mindset? So when women have the conversations about woman empowerment and women deserve and woman equality, I always stop the conversations short and I say, listen, you cannot have woman empowerment without having empowered men who are supporting, guiding, and challenging the way that we grow together on this journey. You cannot have empowered women without empowered men who actually understand where you're coming from. Think about the small things that we don't even realize. Women in general, now I'm talking about women in general because they are amazing, evolved women, which leads me to maybe I should actually give you one of my sayings. Not all women are abused and not all men are abusers. So get over that sentence. Not all men are abusers and not all women are abused. So we need to stop those conversations of treating everybody like they're the same. And so when we get to that point where we realize that we always had the ability to make choice, we then look at understanding versus change. Because a lot of women in general will say, I wish men would understand us better. I wish they would give us what we want. I wish, I wish, I wish. Stop wishing and stop trying to be equal to men. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Because in your need to be equal to men, you forget about the brilliance of who you are versus the brilliance of who they are. And together that brilliance makes a most incredible galaxy of stunning light. It's unbelievable. It is beautiful. Why would you dumb yourself down and say, I want to be equal to another person? If you are this unique, incredible human being with your own experiences, wisdom, own knowledge, your own ability to step up in this world and to challenge yourself and to grow, you're not like everybody else. Why are you dumbing yourself down to, I want to be like them? I want equality. Equality from what? Is it because, I mean, women are we're wearing pants now. We're eating and drinking in the restaurants. We're having excellent whiskey neat. Like, come on, let's get over ourselves. What part of equality are we talking about? And you see a lot of the guys are rocking makeup better than us, right? So I'm just saying, they rock the way they do their facial cleansing and all of that stuff better than us. Like, what equality are people looking for? And so when you get to that point, you need to challenge every word that people use. You don't want equality. What you want is a partner on this journey. Change your perspective. You want a partner in this journey. You want a partner with men who will guide you and support you with the experience. Men want us to partner with women who will upgrade their thinking in terms of compassion and understanding. And let's break one of those stupid perspectives that people like to vomit at everybody. Not all women are compassionate, and not all women are nurturing. There are some really nasty, controlling women out there who are equally narcissistic as some really scary, nasty men. But it's some people. And the day that we realign our thinking to realize that not all people are the same, we get to the understanding that at the level of respect, all people are equal. Men deserve respect as much as women do. Women deserve respect as much as men do. Children deserve respect as much as men and women do. So once we get that into a different level of perspective, we then realize we've been having the wrong conversations. You see, courageous conversations is not about me asking, why do you behave that way? Why don't you open the door for me? I'm strong enough, I can open the door for myself. Well, I'm happy for you. Do it, but then don't go seeking men to be the gentleman in your life and then pick on them and demean them to nothingness and say, I don't understand why chivalry is dead. Because you bloody killed it. That's why. Because you killed it. How many men are afraid to be with women because they with strong women because they're not sure of themselves? Who created that? It's not that all men have low self-esteem. It's just that they just cannot be bothered anymore to fight a fight that even women don't even understand. And when it gets to the point of men understanding from a woman's point of view, you know what? When you've got a strong woman in your life, stop complaining. There's a very simple thing to do in that way. When you are in that position, step up. It's as simple as that. Step up. There's a word called evolve. And in any relationship, a lot of people say, I don't want to be changed. And I'm thinking, well, get over yourself. Why did you get married? Why did you get into a relationship? You see, because you saw something beautiful in the other person that sparked your interest. It intrigued you so much that you said, this is the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. Why did you do that? Not because they were the same as you, but because there was something within them that triggered something within you that needed to be fulfilled. And the only way to get to that level is to realize and understand that by embracing that person into your life, you need to honor and respect them. The fact that they're in your life, honor and respect them. It goes both ways. And so when you get to that understanding, you then realize, well, they're not changing me. They're not changing who I am. What they're doing is they're highlighting areas within your life that you deserve to upgrade, upskill, and evolve so that you can have a more amazing life with them. And in the same way, women need to take advice as well. When a person actually gives them advice, you don't look at it and say, it's a man giving me advice. And then you have all the stupid thoughts in your head. You say, no, it's a person giving me advice. I should listen carefully and actually ask myself this question. Why did this person give me this advice? What is the benefit of me adjusting? And what is the benefit of me reflecting? Because you see, self-reflection allows you to have choice of what you allow into your life again. There'll be many people in your life who will give you a lot of advice, but you always choose who you listen to and what you implement in the same way. If your partner is saying something to you, it is not for you to go and give them the silent treatment. Okay, maybe that's a gift for some people. I don't know. When they get the silent treatment, they might be thinking, well, at last I've got some peace and quiet. But I'm just saying that, you know, sometimes in life, we forget about compassion. Compassion is the key for us to understand where we need to deal with our own insecurities, our own traumas, the hurts of other people that we had in our lives. And I did not come to where I am in this lifetime having had the most incredible experiences. I had nasty experiences, I had trauma, I had abuse of every kind. I was married to somebody who was narcissistic. I had all of the amazing things that trauma can be used as an excuse for why I can't grow. What I did was I used it as the stepping blocks for what I need to embrace as my lessons and say with gratitude, thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the abuse that I had. Thank you for what you did to me. Thank you for your narcissistic behavior. Thank you for your nasty words. Thank you for your demeaning behavior, because now I know what I do not deserve. Now I know what I do deserve, and I'm going to upgrade myself because I can step up and evolve, and I'm not limited to somebody else's beliefs and behaviors. I'm not limited by their actions and what they thought about themselves. And then I say, with compassion, I'm sorry for you. I am sorry, and I forgive you, and I forgive me for those interactions. I'm sorry that you experienced whatever you did in your life, that you had to behave like that with me in my life. And you see, it takes a very deep understanding to get to that point. It takes deep compassion for you to realize that every single person is hurting. Man, woman, and children. There are injustices around this world. And if we keep sitting here and talking about men versus women, women versus men, and everybody versus each other, we are dumbing ourselves down to nothingness when there's everything, an unlimited universe of possibility. There's a heightened sense of awareness waiting for us. There is a beauty and a brilliance that is waiting to flow through you into the people you interact with. If only you will allow yourself to see you as the miracle that walks this earth, and that the purpose you walk this earth for should always resonate with kindness. And always say to people, let every bit of your words flow with grace. Let every bit of your words flow with kindness, because you do not know what people have gone through. Stop the judgment. And my final words to you is that people are always talking about the glass ceiling effect. And my thing to you tonight is that glass is see-through. It is transparent and it can be broken. So look at what thoughts are holding you back in your subconscious mind and your belief systems, that you maybe need healing, you need transformation, you need to go to a retreat, maybe you need some time out, you need self-care, you need boundaries, you just need something to show you that whatever was holding you back in your mindset, that is the glass ceiling that people talk about, and you're not limited by it. Break it. Break it first emotionally for yourself, because within your mind, when you break the thoughts that are limiting your mindset and you get rid of it, you realign it to the powerful and amazing, and you affirm that you're loved and respected, safe and protected. And then you're untouchable. And when you're untouchable, you will drag everybody else with you. And no matter where they're at in your life, you will encourage them, you will entice them, you will show them that there's more to life. And the people that are mean and demeaning and that are hurting you, whichever culture or gender or age or religion or race they are from, you no longer see that. What you see is a human being who is hurting or experiencing life in the only way they know how. They don't have coping mechanisms, and that you are the person that they're either leaning too strongly on or trying to break you down so that they can draw on your strength. Know the difference, because the day you learn those differences, you will see what people are not saying, and then you'll honor the human being behind the facade that you meet. So from my side to you, my last words is just a saying that I've lived by Eleanor Roosevelt. And she very succinctly said that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. That means nobody can make you feel any better, any worse, that you're not good enough. Nobody can body shame you. Nobody can make you feel any less for being shorter or taller, for the color of your hair, the color of your skin, for your language, for your accent. Who cares? Let them go, because you're worth it. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you a beautiful good evening. Thank you.
All I can say is mic drop. Oh my goodness. Arthie, I tell you, if you're in the UK, I would go and see you wherever you are speaking. The passion that came from within, and that's just a little that we have been blessed to hear this evening. Oh my goodness.